I hope you guys are doing well. With this video, I'm going to have different articles and stuff, but I thought I would throw this in the beginning. Um, as far as chemtrails or geoengineering, weather modification, I've covered a lot of this, and some people have said, well, they're spraying to combat warming, and I disagreed with them because it just seemed to me, from what I read, from what I've seen and observed, that they that they're trying to stop some, imminent ice age or significant cooling period. I watched this video, or actually I listened to it, from Red Ice Radio, and it's pretty good. You don't get the second hour, but basically what this guy, Dan Wigginton, goes through, he's from geoengineeringwatch.com or net or something, but I recommend checking it out. It's definitely made me look at this situation again, because it's definitely something that's happening, and none of us really have a say in it. And the health effects, the side effects, what are they? Obviously, these people don't care about it. So I guess what I'm trying to say here is that, from what I've heard him say, he's saying that global warming was, or is, real, a natural warming period, and which right away I thought, oh, he's a disinfo agent, and I thought, well, maybe not. Maybe he doesn't have all the facts or something, but he does agree as far as it should be stopped, because according to him, he's saying that it's uncontrollable. Right now it's out of control. They don't know what they're doing, and it's like Pandora's box. They let it out and they can't stop. He goes on, talks about how it's been going on, like I said, since the 40s, right? Like this past winter where it's been so cold, in the spring it seems like it's never going to get here, especially the 16th of April, and we had snow last night. It just seems kind of crazy, and it was chem snow, so there might be some truth to this. However, I still hold that we're heading into a significant cooling period, but it's just that it's going to be really warm, or it's got to be really hot before we get to that, like of a natural warming and then a natural cooling. The only messed up part is that they've been blaming us for the warming, and then the cooling that we've had recently was caused by weather modification. So it's like the whole thing is just so confusing. I don't think we're ever going to really know what the hell is really going on. But according to this guy, it's out of control right now. So whatever the truth is, it's that we don't have a say in this. They're dumping hundreds of millions of pounds of these nanoparticles and metals on us, and they have no way of gauging what can happen from it. The guy being interviewed, he says that the warming is caused by basically methane, increases in methane, which is being released, I think he said, by the Earth. But either way, like I said, there's natural reactions that the planet has. They'll release CO2 or something from ash from volcanoes, or we're seeing a lot of that now, and built up of ice shelves. So we're just kind of like victims in between here. But I just thought I'd throw it out there. That's kind of what I've come across recently. This is from the 9th of this month. Heavy ice likely to crush 9 blue whales to death off Newfoundland. Blue whale carcasses were spotted on the ice of the southwest coast of Newfoundland. Scientists say that it's common for them to get trapped. There's been more than 50 recorded entrapments since the 1800s, and probably even more than were ever reported. It says that the events all happen in this part of the coast of Newfoundland. It says we've taken to calling it the whale trap. And recently I covered about the warmth in the south and the northeast. They were supposed to be hit with really hot temperatures this year, and allergies. And you have this from the southwest. After a dry winter, the southwest braces for a long hot fire season in 2014. Then I saw this article from today talking about blaming Asia, probably China in particular, for the brutal winter in 2014. So thanks to their smog. Study says air pollution in China makes storms more intense in the U.S. And they actually go down and, Live Science, they use them, talking about aerosols. The aerosol particles are affecting how strong those storms are. So never mind, like I said, the spraying that's taking place. On that note, I just observing when they spray, it does seem like it gets warmer while they're spraying right after they get spraying. So that's why I kind of usually just thought that they were causing warming. Plus, you go back to the Wellsbach cloud seeding pad, and it says one of the side effects of this cloud seeding, for combat global warming would be actual warming. Kind of an example of what I'm talking about is recently it's been, cooler here in April, and they've also been spraying. Then we had the snow. What was it? Yesterday or something. But yesterday was interesting because it was perfectly clear and blue, and again, like the white puffy normal clouds, and no spraying at all. And it was just really, really nice to have that. And then today they went right back at it, and that's pretty much what I figured they were going to do. It's almost like when they go too far, it's too extreme, they hold up and you'll have a day of no spraying. That's probably to even things out. And then right now, they've been spraying all day. It's about 4 p.m. Eastern time. They have a nice blanket of chemicals up there, pretty good, pretty thick, and it is warmer out right now. So I don't know if it's initial warming or if it's the warming from them loosening up the spraying yesterday. It's hard to tell, but I'm going to definitely start looking at that more. Something else that I remember hearing, I never really covered it, but in Alaska they had record warmth. They had warm weather blanketing the state for days, shattering records. We know that this is the place or the home of HAARP, and they're able to manipulate jet streams by pulsing and manipulating the ionosphere. We also know about the droughts, right? Out in California in the West, basically. And what this individual believes is that they're pushing, they're actually relocating this cold weather off the Pacific and moving it over, parts of the United States to the north, the east, and that. And it's coming back like a clock, and it just keeps doing that. And apparently maybe it's just carrying the moisture off, or it's just bringing in dry air, and this is what it's doing. So he called them sacrifice states. California drought reaches new level of severity. This is on almost February 1st of this year, basically on record. So these people could be considered victims of man-made climate change. Then in other parts of the world, you had while North America struggled through extreme cold and snow this past winter, conditions in Europe were unusually mild. It can go down as one of the warmest winters in 250 years. And they go on and give their explanations as to why there was not as many clouds, right? Either they're not cloud seeding, spraying as much chemicals like in North America, or maybe what they're doing in North America is affecting other parts of the world like Europe. And so, they're frying. But I know Russia, they had the mayor of Moscow saying, oh, we're going to create rain or something like that, or we're going to stop the rain through weather modification. I covered that before, but and China having their weather modification office, but I'm not really sure if they're on board with it, with the whole global geoengineering project, and with what was going on with the Russian Olympics, all the warming and stuff, and it just makes me wonder too if that's just another reason why the West is attacking Russia so much, because they're not for this global geoengineering program. This last article, as far as weather modification goes, is spring's baseball game has been canceled due to a spring storm, a winter storm. So, do I believe in man-made global warming? No. Do I think we should be a carbon tax? No. But it's hard to really figure out what the hell is going on here. And so I thought I would at least try to set it for the record, for at least for Migos, is that I'm a little unsure at this point on what the hell's going on, but I do know that we should have some kind of say in what's going on with with our water and stuff, because they're engineering everything, including the human brain, our food, our water, our air, and they can't just leave it alone. You got to get radiated. Women have to get radiated to test themselves for cancer, while at the same time probably increasing their chances of cancer. We have to create synthetic food because food is so scarce. We have to take a vaccine so we don't get sick. We can't just let our body build up immunity. And so, it just goes on and on and on. That's what I cannot stand. Anyways, that's it. I was going to cover a bunch of other stuff, but it ended up just being weather modification, so